Well, hello angels and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, today I'm back with a brand new video. I've tried to film this video 3 times already because my neighbours, you can hear that banging, and they're also drilling and it's making a really loud noise in my house, and it's really getting on my nerves now. It's a lot louder than it's been. So it's getting really annoying, and I also don't have long to film this video, but today's video is books that Carrie Fletcher made me buy, so technically a haul, but I brought these because Carrie Fletcher recommended them at one point, and I wanted to show them with you. So let's get started. I'm gonna put some earrings in because that's really bothering me, and then I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I've acquired some earrings. I just put some gold hoops in. I don't have long to film this video. I have a little time to have to leave for work. I haven't even done my hair yet, but I've done my makeup, put a lip liner on, no lipstick currently. I'm sitting in a workout top, and not that I've worked out today. But I need to film this video. So I wanted to show you my lashes coming off. Wow, what a train wreck this video is already. So first of all, I want to apologise that I've been MIA for a while. My life is very busy right now. I'm about to finish uni. I finish just in under a month now. So it's a lot. There's a lot going on that I don't have time for. And I've gone back to work recently in the pub to get some money over Easter. Student life, you know. So it's been a bit hectic, so I haven't actually filmed anything in a while. I had a makeup look that was supposed to go up like months ago. There was like a Cinderella makeup look of me getting ready to go to Cinderella. Didn't post it. But yeah, it's been a while. I'm just gonna try and talk over that. I want to get back into it at some point. Don't know when I'm gonna be able to get into filming makeup videos, but for now, book videos are kind of easy to film and get out because, yeah, that's literally it. But let's get in with the books that Carrie Fletcher made me buy. So the first one, her new book, With This Kiss. Pre-ordered this November 2020 and it only came out mid-April. So I actually have 2 copies of this book. One copy I got in a pre-order because I pre-ordered it, which actually isn't this one. This looks the exact same. My dad's got that one because he decided he wanted to read it, so my dad's got that copy. And this copy I got because I went to Carrie Fletcher's book tour / like signing thing. It was amazing. If you know me, you know that I've loved and been a fan of Carrie for God knows how many 10 years I've been watching her at this point. So it was amazing to finally meet her, and she knew who I was, which I'm still not over. She saw me and she was like, oh, I know you, probably because I tag her in every single thing to ever do with her in my Instagram stories. So she sees that. So yeah, I did meet her. She knew me. She loved the gift I gave her. I will put a picture on the screen. It's actually my new favourite photo, which is me and Carrie. And I'll show you the book. So, nope, it's in here somewhere. There we go. So it is signed by the amazing Carrie. It was an amazing day. I do wish I vlogged it, but I wouldn't have vlogged Carrie anyway because one, she was vlogging anyway, and I don't like vlogging people. It's not my thing. And I just, my friend had met her a few days before because we found each other because of Carrie. And they were like, just live it, just breathe it all in. Don't get too caught up in filming everything. But I gave my phone to the lady that was taking the photos, can't remember her name, but I started screen recording my camera before I gave it to her, which is also a trick, but also my live photos were on, so I have the sound and videos of me meeting Carrie, which I absolutely love. So this is a really amazing book. Not surprised that I absolutely loved it. I do think that it's Carrie's best one yet. I've yet to write a review on it for my Instagram or do a podcast episode on it, but it's coming. I promise, at some point soon it will be out. Just give me time and it will be there. So I will read you the premises of this book. I'm in love with the story and I'll try not to give anything away. Okay, so from the outside, Lorelei is an ordinary young woman with a normal life. She loves reading, she works at a local cinema, and she adores living with her best friend. But she carries a painful burden, something she's kept hidden for years. Whenever she kisses someone on the lips, she sees how they are going to die. Lorelei has never known if she's seeing what was always meant to be, or if it's her kiss that decides their destiny. And so she hasn't kissed anyone since she was 18. That's when she meets Grayson. Sweet, clever, funny Grayson. And for the first time in years, she yearns for a man's kiss. But she can't. Can she? And if she does, should she try to intervene and change what she sees? Now, if that doesn't speak to you, I don't know what will. I'm in love with this book. But let's get into the video because I have quite a few books that Carrie made me buy recently. This one I did buy quite a while ago, but I wanted to show it to you. So this is Madame Barova by Ruth Hogan. Also gold cover, gotta love that. Yeah, so I brought that one. But I wanted to get into the books that I bought recently. So we're gonna go with, I've got 3 bags. I bought them in 3 separate occasions within a week. Okay, actually that one she didn't make me buy. These 4 books that I'll show you, I got because Carrie did a live on her book Instagram personal pages of her talking about some books that she'd bought herself and books that she was given by publishers and things, and they all sounded really interesting to me, but I found 4 when I was in Waterstones in Piccadilly, so I got them last Friday. I got them on a Friday when I went to see Cinderella, because that's the only time I ever go to London is to see theatre shows. So I went to go see Cinderella and did some shopping beforehand, and these is what I got. Sure. So the first I got Stepping Up. It's really dusty. Stepping Up by Sarah Turner, and I loved the sound of this one. So it says, Beth has never stuck at anything. She's quit more jobs and relationships than she can remember, and she still sleeps in her childhood bedroom. It's not that she hasn't tried to grow up. It's just that so far the only commitment she's held down is Friday drinks at the village pub. Then, in the space of a morning, her world changes. Beth is now a guardian to her teenage niece and toddler nephew, catapulted into an unfamiliar world of bedtime stories, parents' evenings, and cuddly elephants. Having never been responsible for anyone or anything, it's not long before she feels seriously out of her depth. I can't read. What if she's simply not up to the job? With a little help from her best friend, Jory, purely platonic of course, and her lovely lonely next door neighbour Albert, Beth is determined that this time she's not giving up. It's her time to step up. I don't know why I couldn't read that, but also I just really wanted to read this. The next one I wanted anyway before I saw Carrie had it, but also I don't know what I was trying to say there, but this is Beth O'Leary's new book, The No Show. I've loved all of Beth's books so far, which is the Fletcher, I think it's called the Fletcher, the Switch, and the Road Trip. So this is definitely what I want to read right now, you know. Yeah, it's called the Fletcher. So this says 8:52 a.m. Siobhan is looking forward to her breakfast date with Joseph. She was surprised when he suggested it. She normally sees him late at night in her hotel room. Breakfast on Valentine's Day surely means something. So where is he? 2:43 p.m. Miranda's hoping that her Valentine's Day lunch with Carter will be the perfect way to celebrate her new job. It's a fresh start and a sign that her life is falling into place. She's been dating Carter for 5 months and things are getting serious, but why hasn't he shown up? 6:30 p.m. Joseph Carter agreed to be Jane's fake boyfriend at an engagement party. They've not known each other long, but their friendship is fast becoming the brightest part of her new life in Winchester. Joseph promised to save Jane tonight, but he's not here. Meet Joseph Carter, that is, if you can find him. I love the idea of that and I love the sound of it, so I'm gonna... Okay, so the next one is Hourglass by Kieran Goddard, and I mean, can we talk about this cover? It's also kind of like a small hardback and I absolutely loved it. So it says, the second time you came, we went from bar to bar to bar. It made the city feel smaller, like a map we were folding to the size of a stamp. We were good at that. We could have fit an entire universe inside a matchbox. Love builds up little by little, and that's why it makes people reach for words like root and sediment and other words to do with rocks and trees. What about the dismantling? Does it happen that way too? Because it feels like it is happening much, much faster, and I am reaching for words like landslide and wave and like storm. I'm so excited to read this. It's kind of like not what I usually read. I don't know how to describe it, because this is how like all the pages are written. It sounds an amazing story, and the way that it's written is like absolutely beautiful, and it just amazes my mind that people can write like that. But I'm really excited to give that one a go. The next one also really excited me. So this is Woman Eating by Claire Coda, and when Carrie was talking about this one, I absolutely loved it. And then when I saw it in Piccadilly Waterstones, I knew I had to get it because I don't get a lot of these books in, because I'm currently at home at my parents' house. The Waterstones near me isn't that big, so I don't have like a lot of selection. And then where I live in Brighton, the Waterstones is pretty good, but it doesn't have a lot, like obviously because the Piccadilly is like the biggest one in Europe or something, I don't know. But it has a lot, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, can we stop putting reviews and things on the back, because that's what the blurb should be, but here we are. So this one says, a dazzling, nope. Okay, let's try that again. This one says, Lydia is hungry. She's always wanted to try sashimi, a ramen, or an onigiri, that's not how you say it, with sour plums stuffed inside, the food her Japanese father liked to eat. And then there's bubble tea and the vegetables grown by the other young artist at the studio she is secretly squatting in. But Lydia can't eat any of this. The only thing she can digest is blood, and it turns out they're sorting fresh pig's blood in London, where she is living away from her vampire mother. For the first time, is much more difficult than she anticipated. Then there are the humans. Really? We're really doing this. So they're just doing this to annoy me now. It's been going on all day. Then there are the humans, the people at the gallery where she interns, the strange men who follow her after dark, and Ben, a goofy grinned artist she is developing feelings for. Lydia knows that they are her natural prey, that she can't bring herself to feed on them. If Lydia is to find a way to exist in the world, she must reconcile the conflict within her, between her demon and human sides, her mixed ethnic heritage and the relationship with food, and in turn, humans. Before any of this, however, she must eat. Now that seems very much right up my street, so I'm really excited to give that one a go. So thanks, Carrie, for introducing me to those ones. The next ones we have, another bag. I got these in Waterstones in Milton Keynes just before I saw everybody talking about Jamie on tour. So there is 3, I think, in here. I found my sunglasses. So these are another few that Carrie recommended, obviously, because that's the whole title of this video. So I think she recommended this one. I couldn't remember, but I brought it anyway and I'm going to show you because I feel like I remember seeing it. I wouldn't have added it to my list of Carrie books if she didn't, but maybe she didn't and my mind's just gone. I don't really know. But this is Acts of Desperation by Megan Nolan. I should have got the one I saw in Piccadilly because it had sprayed edges, but I still love this book anyway. So this one says, how could it be true that a woman like her could need a man's love to feel like a person, to feel that she was worthy of love? She's 23 and in love with love. He's the most beautiful man she's ever seen. The affair is quickly consuming, unpredictable. Behind his perfect looks is a cruel streak. Meanwhile, she's starting to give in to secret, shameful impulses of her own. We're all looking to get what we want, but do we know what we need? Now that sounds amazing, and I'm really excited to read that one. So the next one, it's got stickers on it that I can take off, so that's good. So Carrie posted this one, and well, she talked about it on her live, and I really liked the sound of it. I couldn't find it when I was in Piccadilly. They said they had a few in store, but I couldn't find it on the shelf, so I kind of just gave up, and I was like, I'll get it another time. So I was in Milton Keynes watching Jamie, or before going anyway, and I just brought another book in front of me because I brought two, because I had £10 off already, and I almost had £20 for as a voucher, so I had to buy more books, obviously. So then I stumbled across this one that Carrie recommended, but I didn't realise the one she'd shown was a hardback, but the ones they were showing were in store were paperbacks. So that's where we're at, basically. So this is Last One at the Party, and I also got a signed copy. The ones on the table, they were all signed by the author, but they all have like different personalized, like not personalized, but like little notes in them, and they were all different to the ones on the table. So like that's really cute. So this one says, I won a book award for the character of Lucky in this book, you will love him. And I just think that's so cute. So I had to buy it, and I love the story anyway. So this is, what if the end of the world was kind of fun? December 2023. The human race has fought a deadly virus and lost. The only things The only things left from the world before are burning cities and rotting corpses. But in London, one woman is still alive. Although she may be completely unprepared for her new existence, as someone who has spent her life trying to fit in, being alone is surprisingly liberating. Determined to discover if she really is the last survivor on Earth, she sets off on an extraordinary adventure with only an abandoned golden retriever named Lucky for company. Maybe she'll find a better life, or maybe she'll die along the way. But whatever happens, the end of everything will be her new beginning. I love that. Also, when Carrie described this book, I had the same question as her before she said it on her live. Like, if she's the only person, does she have any dialogue or no? Because I always talk to my animals. I've got a cat sitting next to me. That sounds really sad now that I think about that. But flicking through, I don't really see any dialogue, so that's going to be interesting because I've never read a book where there's no dialogue before, so I'm interested to see where that book goes. But the next one, Carrie actually showed this in, I want to say a live a while ago. It would have been a live a while ago. And I don't think it was a live. One of a book video. It might have been a live, might not have been a live. But this is The Girl Who Could Move Shit With Her Mind by Jackson Ford. And that title in itself is just chef's kiss. That's amazing. And the story along with it kind of intrigues me a lot, so I'm excited to read that one. Tegan Frost is having a hard time keeping it together. Sure, she's got telekinetic powers, a skill that the government is all too happy to make use of, sending her on secret break-in missions that no ordinary human could carry out. But all she really wants to do is kick back, have a beer, and pretend she's normal for once. But then her body turns up at the site of her last job, murdered in a way that only someone like Tegan could have pulled off. She's got 24 hours to clear her name, and if she isn't able to unravel the conspiracy, then the city of Los Angeles may be ripped apart. And then it says, full of imagination, wit, and random shit flying through the air. This insane adventure from an irreverent new voice will blow your tiny mind. I'm really excited to read that. That sounds absolutely amazing. And then the last bag is books that I've wanted for a while. And when I knew I was going back to London for Carrie's book tour and signing, I had £20 on my Waterstones card. So there was books I wanted to get that I hadn't been able to find. When I went, the last time I went to Piccadilly Waterstones for this, which was a week before, there was a book I was trying to find that Carrie had talked about, and I could not find it anywhere. And the lady kept trying to help me find it, and she was the sweetest lady I've ever seen in my life. She tried to help me find it, couldn't find it. I hate asking for help, but she came over to me because she started trying to find something because I had it on my phone. Couldn't find it, and then she came downstairs and asked again what it was because she was going to go look. She couldn't find it. It was fine. It said there was a few in store, but I was like, it's fine. So there were some books that I wanted, though I decided to click and collect it in store because I knew I was going to be back in London for Carrie's signing. And I had £20, you know, so I paid the difference, obviously. And I told Carrie which books these 4 books. I told her I got them when I went to the signing, and she raved about some of them, or was one of them in particular, but she said that she loved the other ones. So the one that she completely raved about, that I've actually started reading, is You and Me on Vacation by Emily Henry. And when I said this, she was raving about it, so I knew that was going to be my next read, and it is. It says, 12 summers ago, Poppy and Alex meet. They hate each other and they're pretty confident they'll never speak again. 11 summers ago, they're forced to share a ride home from college, and by the end of it, a pact is formed. Every year, one vacation together. 10 summers ago, Alex discovers his fear of flying. Poppy holds his hand the whole way. 7 summers ago, they get far too drunk and narrowly avoid getting matching tattoos in New Orleans. 2 summers ago, it all goes wrong. This summer, Poppy asked Alex to join her on one last trip. Could this trip make them realise they're not just friends after all? So far, I'm really loving it. I think I've got like 130 pages to go. I'm going to have to finish that tomorrow because I am closing in the pub tonight, which means I'm going to be getting home at like 3 a.m. and I'm not going to be reading that at that time, you know. But I'm really excited to read this, and it's finished reading it. It's so good so far, so thanks Carrie for raving about that one. So the next ones, I think you heard that. The next ones we have, so this one that I've been trying to find for a while, is the one the lady tried to help find. Also, funny story, not really funny to any of you, but it was funny to me. So when we were at Carrie's book signing, so it was a talk before, and then while Carrie was getting ready to do the signing, the ladies from Waterstones came around, or might have been from Waterstones, came around and was asking our names to write on post-it notes so that it's easy for Carrie when she's signing. She sees how the name's written and she knows to write that. So the lady came over to us, and I'd been trying to figure out where I knew this lady from. I was like, I recognise her, but I just put it off as, oh, maybe I've seen her in a Carrie vlog, you know. But she was like, oh, I know you're in Waterstones the other day. I was trying to help you find the book. The sweet little lady that was trying to help me find this book the other day recognised me. I was like, you're trying to find it? And I was like, don't you worry, I'll do click and collect. She literally found it after we left, but she couldn't find me again. Sweet lady. But I did find it. I did manage to get it. So we're gonna hope this book is good, because there's a lot of trouble going in to get me this book. So this is An Absolutely Remarkable Thing by Hank Green. So Carrie actually did a book podcast episode on this, and that's what got me into really wanting to give this book a go. So I'm gonna read you the blurb. And when Carrie talked about it in her podcast, it really I really wanted to read it. I can't talk, what is my problem? Okay, so this says, okay, I'm rolling. You've heard Andy say these words. It's the most viewed piece of media of all time. It's been viewed more times than there are humans on Earth. In New York City at 3 a.m, April May stumbles across a giant sculpture, like a 10-foot-tall transformer wearing a suit of samurai armor. Together with her best friend Andy, she names it Carl and films a quick video for YouTube. The next day, April wakes up to a viral sensation and a new life. The Carls have appeared in dozens of cities around the world, and April seizes the opportunity to become their international spokesperson. She gains an army of followers, but is being famous really worth putting her relationships, her safety, and even her own identity at risk? Now all eyes are on April to figure out not just what the Carls are, but what they want from us before it's too late. I don't know why I really want to read this, but it sounds really amazing. So I do, you know. The next one we have is The Flip Side by James Bailey. I think Carrie recommended this on her Bookstagram, just on one of the photos, but I really wanted to read it and I could not. So it says, it's New Year's Eve and Josh is high. Let's try again. It's New Year's Eve and Josh has a high-flying proposal planned. An exclusive pod on the London Eye with champagne, truffles and the ring. It's perfect. Until she says no. And they have to spend the next 29 excruciating minutes alone together. By the time Josh is back on the ground, his whole life is up in the air. He's managed to lose his girlfriend, his job and his flat. Realising he can't trust his own judgment, Josh puts his faith in fate. From now on, he will make every decision by flipping a coin. It's reckless and scary, but Josh has tried the right way, and look where he ended up. And what if the girl of his dreams is just one flip of a coin away? Now, that sounds really good. I don't think I've read anything by James Bailey yet, but I'm really, really excited to give that a go. So the last book from this video, because it's been a while, is Pumpkin by Julie Murphy. I don't know why I wanted to read this, I just do, but I will read you what it says. Waylon Russell Brewer is a fat, openly gay boy stuck in the small West Texas town of Clover City. His plan is to bide his time until he can graduate, move to Austin with his twin sister Clementine, and finally go full Waylon so that he can live his Julie the Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music, Andrew's truth. So when Clementine deviates from their master plan right after Waylon gets dumped, he throws caution to the wind and creates an audition tape for his favourite TV drag show, fiercest of them all. And what he doesn't count on is the tape getting accidentally shared with the entire school. As a result, Waylon is nominated for prom queen as a joke. Clem's girlfriend, Hannah Perez, also receives a joke nomination for prom king. Waylon and Hannah decide there's only one thing to do: run and leave high school with a bang. A very glittery bang. Along the way, Waylon discovers that there is a lot more to running for prom court than campaign posters and plastic crowns, especially when he has to spend so much time with the very cute and infuriating prom king nominee, Tucker Watson. Waylon will need to learn that the best plan for tomorrow is living for today, especially with the help of some fellow queens. Now, that sounds like an amazing book. So there are some books that Carrie Hope Fletcher made me buy. I can't wait to read all of them, but I do want to end this on saying I really think you should go read Carrie's books. You don't need to, but I love them. They're honestly some of my favourite books, and I'm in love with her newest one, with this kiss that I showed you at the beginning of the video. So I think you should check that out. So if you liked this video, please like and subscribe down below. All my socials along with my podcast is linked down below if you're interested in those. I haven't done an outro in a while, this feels really weird. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.